Hi there, and welcome to Yearly Reviews, a show where I go through all the games that I played through the year of 2020 1 week at a time. So without further ado, let's see what we're reviewing this week.
Space, the final frontier. The home of the vast unknown, the home of the colossal gas giants themselves, the home of overtly religious aliens who modify humanity into horrific abominations of nature. But anyways, when talking about space in video games, it can be used for a great and imaginative setting or background. Some games set in space are pretty good, like Alien Isolation, or they can be pretty bad, like Adrift, but enough about that. With all this talk about space, I just have to ask one question. Does anyone know of a game called the Neverhood? The Neverhood was a simple point-and-click adventure game done entirely in claymation, giving it a wacky and humorous charm, and most people who have played it seem to like it fair enough. Not me, because I've actually never played it. But I have played the spiritual successor, and that is today's game, Armikrog. In this game, we play as a weird human alien thing called Tommyknot. Tommyknot is not the only one of his kind, as along with his two brothers, Vognort and Numbnort, he ventures to the planet Spyro 5 in search for an energy source named plutonium in order to ensure the safety of his kind from extinction. But unfortunately, his two brothers are dead, so Tommy, along with his companion animal thing, Beak, lands on the planet all alone. Soon he has to solve puzzles to survive the wildlife of the creatures on Spyro, and ventures into the fortress of Armikrog, where he finds a weird alien speaking undecipherable language and a small baby dubbed P, belonging to the rulers of the fortress. First things first, let's talk about how this game looks, and you can tell it's a spiritual successor to the Neverhood, because like that game, nearly everything is rendered and animated in claymation. From the characters to the backgrounds, everything is made from plasticine, and because of that, Armikrog has its own little quirky charm to it. Speaking of, this game also tries to blend in a fair bit of humour for the audience, and for the most part it works, adding again to the overall charm of the game. Armikrog is certainly imaginative and creative with the world it presents and other elements such as its puzzles or music. Also, that intro theme slaps, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong, or even worse, a liar.
To a death comes all we've got. This kid is green. Do we have a shot?
But despite how creative it may be, in terms of gameplay, how is Armikrog? It's okay. It's a simple point-and-click adventure game with puzzles and platforming involved, but despite its world and presentation, Armikrog isn't that interesting to talk about. The puzzles themselves, while a bit imaginative, feel quite repetitive at times, leading to some points becoming a bit frustrating for the player. And aside from the story behind P, the baby you find inside of the fortress, the game's plot is nothing to write home about. The characters themselves aren't that memorable despite their bizarre designs, and they don't make that big of an impression on you, and the fact that the game takes only about 4 hours to complete doesn't help either. And aside from that, there's not much else to talk about with this game. Despite how creative it is with its art style and overall charm, it really has nothing special. It's just a simple point-and-click adventure game. The characters aren't all that memorable, the puzzles are a tad repetitive at times, and really, there's just nothing else to talk about. Armikrog is by no means a bad game, but if you're expecting a classic along the same lines as the Neverhood or I guess Skull Monkeys, don't keep your hopes up. With that being said, I don't exactly know how disappointing this game is to fans of the Neverhood since I haven't played it before, but from what I can tell, it's certainly pulling me in the same way that Armikrog did. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Hey folks, thanks for sticking to the end of this review. If you like what you saw here, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys making comments on these videos. They make up my day and I read every single one of them. If you like what you saw here, feel free to look at the newest review and look at the latest review. And if you want to watch more, feel free to hit that bell so you know when a new review drops. See ya and thanks for watching.